Hey everyone, welcome back to the second Controversies in the Cosplay Community video. I'm trying something a little different. I'm using my iPhone instead of my laptop, mostly because my laptop has some horrible feedback on it, and the video quality doesn't seem to be very good. So we're going to try this instead. Today's topic is going to be something that I find something rather fun to talk about, and that is the whole my cosplay, get your own. This is a particularly common topic, especially among large groups of cosplaying friends, where each person tends to pick a character for themselves and cosplays that character in that group, while the other group members cosplay different characters. Generally, what happens is that somebody in the group decides that at some point they want to cosplay as a character that one of their friends is cosplaying. But that friend who's very attached to the character, particularly for the group, can possibly get jealous. And so we get this, this is my character. You can't cosplay this character in this group, so go find your own character to cosplay. Okay, well, while it's understandable that in a group, particularly for an event, everybody has a set role that they play, outside of the group, it really shouldn't matter. But we get so attached to our characters sometimes that it becomes relevant to us, and we care about these things. I'm going to leave the rest of it open for you guys. I'm not going to keep this for too long, because there's another part of this this particular topic that I want to jump into, and that is you really shouldn't cosplay that character only because that character is pretty cool looking. This one makes me laugh, because while I personally understand that a lot of cosplayers make costumes of characters that they feel an emotional connection with, not all cosplayers do that. At least not with all their costumes. Some cosplayers just really love the challenge of an awesome costume of an awesome character, but sometimes we run into problems with fans who are particularly attached to those characters. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's just a problem when people blatantly come up to you and say, okay, so you know nothing about this character, why are you doing it? That's when we tend to get some problems. There's a certain level of possessiveness that they generally are there for different reasons. Be that, a fan might have an emotional connection to a character. Sorry if the desk is jiggling a little bit. I've got my feet on the metal tray here. So anyway, however, it's not really, appropriate, I guess, to just automatically assume that somebody is is slighting your character by not knowing anything about them. There's some great craftsmen out there who absolutely love the challenge of something new and something that's difficult and exciting to do. I know I have a lot of friends who actually, who do costuming as a business, and sometimes for their portfolio they just want to see what they can craft and go to the extreme. And sometimes that takes, that's taking on a character that you don't really know much about. I mean, League of Legends characters have amazing costumes. World of Warcraft, a lot of the MMOs, they have some very interesting costumes and skin options for the characters. So this opens up a whole lot of different opportunities for somebody to learn a new skill. But what's really nice about that is that the person who is getting into making this costume, generally what happens is that they start learning more about the character, and so you eventually come to love the character themselves. Back when I first started cosplaying, I used to cosplay as Elle from Death Note. And to be honest, I hated Death Note. I hated it, and I didn't want anything to do with it. It was so mainstream. It was something that wasn't my particular interest. I didn't want anything to do with it. But I was going to ASIN, and I wanted another costume to take with me that wasn't just the one that I always did. So my friend was like, well, why don't you do somebody from Death Note? You should try Elle out. And I was like, ugh, here we go. Okay, I'll do it. And I ended up falling in love with him. To this day, he's one of my favorite characters. And I hated the series initially. But now I can't stop thinking about how awesome it is. And that happens. That happens. And even if that doesn't make the person who's doing the costume any better or any less. And while a lot of people take cosplay to heart to where that you embody the character and you become the character, sometimes, it's nice to just model off a really nice costume, feel confident, show off some really awesome work that you did. And you may not know anything about the character. That's no big deal. There's no problem with that. What I think we should do is probably step back a little bit and say, hey, I love this character, but this person in front of me isn't this character. This person, he's not Loki. So I shouldn't expect this cosplayer to be Loki, to sound like him, to look like him, to actually be the character. That doesn't work. And while that's part of the fantasy, because there is a degree and level of fantasy in the cosplay community, as far as fans seeing their favorite character come to life in another cosplayer or themselves, it's not realistic. And not everybody may appreciate or love the character as much as the fan does. And that's okay. It's all okay. There is no right, there is no wrong in costuming or cosplaying. It's just do it, have fun, and love what you do, and do it for yourself. Don't just do it for whatever, because somebody makes you do it. That's no fun. And sure, you can do it for attention too. I mean, what cosplayer does not want attention? Even if it's a small degree of it. Think about it for a second. You're in a costume, and you're going to get pictures taken, and you want people to see you, even just a little bit. Don't lie about it. I actually used to be like, no, I don't like the attention and stuff, but it's kind of nice to be recognized for your work. Oh hey, your makeup looks awesome, your wig, did you style that yourself, or, oh, you wear that costume really well. Even if you didn't make it, you wear it well. That's great. So, yeah, there's no rules here. There's no rules unless you make them. But if you do, realize that your rules don't apply to everyone around you. You can set them for yourself, but you can't expect other people to follow those for you. Go into this, have fun, and do what you gotta do. If you have comments, if you have questions, or if you disagree with anything, or you have stories, I want to hear stories too. Comment them below. Want to hear them. I want to read them. You can also do response videos. Those would be fun. That'll be a lot of fun to do. Yeah, so just have fun. Let me know what you think. And if you like these videos, subscribe, because there's going to be plenty more of them to come. If you have anything you want discussed in the future, definitely leave a comment or message me. You can message me too. So, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and leave this at 9 minutes and let you guys start thinking. And I will see you next time. happy belated holidays. I hope you have a great Christmas, and look forward to New Year. Alright, bye guys.